Hi, I'm Allison Ellis of Floral Artistry. I am always intrigued by people who get really bummed out by the fact that they were underbid by a competitor. And this is something that I don't want to make light of the fact that someone's being underbid. Like, oh, that's so interesting that you find that annoying. Of course you do, okay? Of course we find that frustrating. But what I find interesting is when people say the phrase, I lost a customer to so and so who underbid me. Because I would say that you have lost nothing if a potential client chose to work with someone else based solely on price. If someone is shopping only for the lowest price, they are not a super duper winning client to begin with. And of course, people do need to be price conscious, and I understand that. I'm not trying to be like, look, people should just, spend their entire budget on flowers. Like, anyone who has a budget's ridiculous. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But if someone is making a decision just based on price, that it's not that this other person had a better idea or provides more or had a better personality fit during the consultation. If someone genuinely picks based solely on price, you have lost nothing. They were never your customer to begin with, because if they can't afford what you quoted for your work, then this person did you a favor by weeding them out. You're not having to waste your time trying to make somebody happy or trying to convince them to spend money that they don't have to work with you. I think your ideal client is someone who likes you, likes your either shop or your portfolio or your website or what you said on your homepage or what you said to them on the phone. Whatever it is, it should be something special about you, and it shouldn't be just a price-based decision. That is how you are going to have clients who become more than just satisfied with your work. These are going to be the clients who write you rave reviews and who appreciate your time and aren't pestering you constantly trying to figure out how can we, reduce the budget yet again. And that's what your competitor who won this bid is going to be dealing with. So for the next, what is it, maybe a year, maybe more, they're going to be dealing with different sort of pain in the butt emails and maybe even meetings trying to figure out how this person can squeeze even more out of this florist, because they clearly are cheaper and price is the only thing that this person cares about. So I'm just going to say that from the beginning. If there's nothing else from this video that you take away, just recognizing that you didn't lose anything at all. Bottom line. And if you happen to be a floral designer out there who is underbidding intentionally, like you're someone who knows sort of what your competitors charge, and so you intentionally charge, $20 or $50 less on, bouquets and centerpieces and stuff like that, that's just not super cool. It's, if you're doing it because you're trying to undercut somebody, that's just going to come back and bite you, and it's such not a good practice. It's not sustainable for your business. You're going to be disappointing clients. You're going to be attracting constantly these people, again, who are a pain in the butt because price is all that matters to them. They don't really care about what you do or your art or your aesthetic or anything that you should care about, because just winning business is not really winning if in the end it takes twice as many emails and twice as many conversations of reassurance that yes, I'm going to do what you want, because this person doesn't really fully trust you. They just like that you charge less. Now, I had a situation last year where a bride was super nice and super cool, and I really, just from the consultation, when I hung up the phone, I thought, oh, I want this wedding. So I gave her the proposal. I gave her truly my best price for her budget. I wanted to give her as much as I could. I bet a lot of people do that. We want to give you the most bang for your buck, so we're giving you as many items as we can with the best pricing we can within that budget. And she was happy with it. Everything sounded great. And then a week later, she went dress shopping. And I probably don't even need to go any further for you to know how this story ends. She got a dress that was way over her budget. And it really was a beautiful dress, but it was way over her budget. And so she had to, or she decided to, cut the flower budget. And it wasn't a problem. I still had enough to work with. And what I did was what you should do if you're in this situation. Instead of reducing the price of every line item, we take things away. You can't have aisle flowers, maybe the cocktail arrangements disappear or become votive candles or something lesser. And that's how we get things back into check. Reducing the cost of everything, but then still providing what you intended in the original proposal is just not fair to yourself. So you need to, personally what I do is I take that original proposal and I take my little drop down menu for my fonts and I strike through. There's a big line right through that item so they see that it was on there and now it's off. And it's also for me, so when I go back I can see that it was on there. So if they want to add it back on, they can. I'm not retyping this thing, but we took it off and that's how we get to our new price point. Anywho, she was happy with that. We moved forward, contract, deposit, and I still had the check in my hot little hands. I hadn't gotten to the bank yet. And she sent me an email saying that she just got a proposal, probably 3 weeks later than she got my proposal, from a florist, and it was about half the price. And she wanted to know why. And so I gave her my truly honest response, which is, I don't know. I have no idea. Why would they be cheaper? Could be because they're not as good. Could be because they don't know what they should be charging. It could be that they're not going to provide as much. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't speak to that. I haven't seen the proposal, nor do I want to, by the way. I just don't know. So in the end, it's up to you. Do you want to work with me still? I can tell you what I can do. This is what I do. This is how I roll. And if you want to work with me, we'll move forward. And if not, if price is, that important, then you should probably go with the other person. I'll rip up your check and it'll be like none of this ever happened. And in the end, she very promptly replied actually to say, that answer is perfect. I want to work with you. I knew that there was a reason that I chose you, and I think we just got thrown by how much less expensive this other proposal was. So this is just to share with you a real life story about how being upfront about I don't know why somebody would give you a lower proposal, but I'm not going to give you a lower proposal, actually panned out in my favor because she understood that I was being honest with her and confident about my own pricing and just worrying about my own business and not worrying about what other people are doing, because that's, I think, a slippery slope toward undercutting yourself. Even if you're not underbidding somebody else, if you're constantly feeling like you have to cut your pricing just because of a potential underbidding situation, it's just not a path to success. We need to be successful. We need to sustain our business so we can make beautiful work for people and make them very happy and make ourselves happy as well, because it's a real balancing act. And we know that a happy client makes us so happy. So just saying to somebody, yeah, I can do your wedding for this, I can match that quote, but then showing up with something that's less than what you normally do is not the way to go. So keep that in mind, move forward, do you, and be successful. Thanks for tuning in. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments, and I will see you next time. I think this headband kind of makes me look like a gypsy.